Good morning. It's Christmas Eve and we're at Elephant Island. I can't believe I'm in Antarctica. It's 34 degrees but feels like minus 20 with the whipping winds and rain. And I wish I had brought my heated gloves. I really could use them now. After being out on the bow for about half hour, where it was raining down and cold as it can be and wet, my camera fell into the water. My camera got wet. I came back to my cabin and this is even better. You know, I can do my photography with a roof over my head. It's not as cold because we're not out in the open. And I saw penguins along that cliff there with my binoculars. I tried to get photos of them. And this expedition ship has put out 5 or 6 little zodiacs. It's amazing. Happy Christmas Eve from Antarctica. Over 100,000 pairs of chinstrap, gentoo, and macaroni penguins nest on Elephant Island, with the majority being chinstraps, whose numbers have sadly declined due to climate change. The fog lifted in the early afternoon, and you can see the icebergs in all their glory. These penguins were on that iceberg we just passed by. That night, the crew performed a Christmas program for us, beginning with a speech from the captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my pleasure and honor, along with all team members of Oosterdam, to share this very special time of year with you. It's a celebration for one of the most extraordinary and uniting occasions each year throughout the world. And as we sail through the majestic and icy beauty of Antarctica this Christmas, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge how truly remarkable it is to be here together, surrounded by the world's last great wilderness. Our ship has carried us through landscapes that few have the privilege of seeing, places where the beauty of the natural world and the spirit of exploration come alive. And we share this holiday season with a lot of nationalities, different religions, beliefs and cultures, and we may all celebrate our faith in different ways and at different times. But what we all have in common is that these celebrations of faith are respected and are considered sacred.
And may the Spirit of applause for our international choir, everybody. Keep it going for them.
I hope you enjoyed this. Heartfelt thanks to our very hardworking crew who made it possible for us. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. And the captain says we are surrounded by icebergs all around, which would be awesome if we could see anything. That's one thing I never thought about when coming out to the Antarctica is how foggy this peninsula can be. And today is not exceptionally cold, not like yesterday, but because it's slightly warmer, I guess the warmer air on the water creates this dense fog. You can hardly see anything through it, and there's snow flurries. Snow flurries. I thought the fog was lifting and the penguins are poising in the water. Yeah, penguins. Quite close. Yeah, there. Oh my god, yes, I finally caught some. Yeah. It seemed like everywhere we looked, we saw penguins frolicking, porpoising in the frigid waters. This would become some of my fondest memories of Antarctica. We saw a lot of albatross, all the way from the Falkland Islands, through Antarctica and through Chile. Penguins waddle awkwardly on land, but in the sea, they can swim as fast as sharks. Deception Island is on the southwest part of the South Shetland Islands, and Elephant Islands is on the northeast. We are at Deception Island, which got its name because of its deceptive appearance, with a narrow harbour that is actually a flooded volcanic caldera. On that Deception Island, they're supposed to be the largest colony of, I'm not sure which penguin, are they the chin strap or which one? But you can smell them, even if we cannot find the colony, but we can smell the colony. And hundreds of them in the water. See the colony? Like millions of chin-strapped penguins. And you can see the path they make along the hill. We've had the best of all worlds today, or the worst of all worlds. Snow, sleet, rain, absolutely freezing cold. But hundreds of penguins porpoising in the water. Big whale, right here. Later in the afternoon, the sun came out briefly, and what a beautiful sight. Good morning. It's 6 a.m. and it's Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, and I woke up to find out that we had been stationary and sheltering from gale force winds all night. Then the captain made this announcement.
Yesterday, both the wind forecast and actual conditions rapidly worsened as a large low-pressure system moved closer to the peninsula than initially expected. In response, we proceeded as quickly as possible, while adhering to speed limits, to the sheltered lee side of Brabant Island in the Gerlach Strait, where we arrived shortly after midnight. And we remained there overnight, utilizing both azipods and thrusters to maintain position. And despite the shelter, wind conditions on the lee side reached up to 40 knots, equivalent to gale force winds, or force 8 on the Beaufort scale. And other ships reported wind speeds as high as 60 knots, equivalent to force 11 in more exposed areas. Now, throughout the day, we will likely continue to experience strong winds and limited visibility, which may require adjustments to our planned program. And for now, we are en route to Charlotte Bay, and I expect to arrive at around 8:45 this morning. Please take care when moving around the outside decks, as they may be slippery. I thank you and enjoy your day.
Charlotte Bay is fed by 5 glaciers and is considered one of the most beautiful spots along the west coast of the peninsula. And leopard seals and crab-eater seals and minke whales have been sighted. The wind is really ferocious. You can hear up here on the bow. And even though it's much more comfortable to be on my balcony, I like to come out here because it's just more fun to be with other people. You know, more eyes to look at wildlife. And you're in Antarctica. You gotta feel the might of this incredible place. Okay, The wind died down and they opened up the bow again. And we're looking at a huge colony of, I'm not sure, Gen 2 penguins. And I forgot my gloves by the time I came out. The bow was full of people because it is milder now. It's not like this morning with the gale force winds that made it feel like minus 100. So, so people have come out, and it's also after lunch. It's almost 2 o'clock. And I'm not sure if you're at Charlotte Bay because we did so many turnarounds because of the gale force winds. At one time we were at Beaufort scale number 10, which is incredibly high because 12 is hurricane force winds. Cuverville Island hosts the largest Gen 2 penguin colony in the area, counting over 4,000 pairs. Wilhelmina Bay is also known as Whale-mina Bay due to large numbers of humpback whales seen there, thanks to a super aggregation of krill for them to feed on. This bay was named for Wilhelmina, Queen of the Netherlands.
Tomorrow morning at around 7 a.m. we're scheduled to be at the north entrance of the Le Maire Channel. And we won't be entering the 7-mile long channel as it is reported to be blocked. But even to be able to take a peek into the channel is worthwhile to visit. And while the Le Maire Channel was first spotted by a German expedition in the 1870s, no one navigated it until a Belgian expedition team in 1898. And interestingly enough, the expedition leader chose to name the channel after Charles Le Maire, who was a Belgian explorer that made a name for himself traveling through the Congos in Africa. The principal difficulty in Le Maire is that the icebergs easily fill the channel, especially in the early season in December and January. In the early afternoon, depending on ice conditions and wind conditions, we intend to arrive close to Palmer Station, which is located on Anvers Island. And here we expect a few researchers to embark the ship. They will organize very interesting lectures about their work in the world stage. The Palmer Research Station is one of the most recognized research stations in Antarctica, and it offers excellent insight into the lives of those who choose to work on the planet's coldest continent. Look out for leopard seals here, close to Palmer, as we were informed that there are so many leopard seals located near Palmer Station that the base staff had to reinforce the rubber sterns of their Zodiacs because the seals like to chew through them. Now, from there, we'll make an attempt to enter the Neumayer Channel. It's a 16 nautical mile long channel, and it separates Anvers Island from Wienke and Daumer Island, and is known for its majestic cliffs. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening and enjoy the views of the Gerlach Strait. I thank you.
Our ship is surrounded by buggy bits and we're waiting for the scientists to come on board. We thought we saw a blue whale, which is the largest whale, but it was actually a sunken ship and there was an orca right in front of it. Do you see it? The researchers are coming over in the Zodiacs, I guess, over to our ship.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Because we invited them out for lunch.
On the right-hand side, you will see two Zodiacs approaching Oosterdam, and they are making their way through the brash ice, and will be coming on board the ship very soon.
Look at all the snow we received today. These ice chunks are still on the hull of the ship. And look at all the snow here. Wow, it's quite a lot of snow. And we are at the Palmer Research Station. And the scientists have come on board in the Zodiacs. And they're gonna have lunch. I'm sure they'll be very appreciative of the lunch we provide them. As they, on the research station, they are provided food, but probably not as good as they'll get on a cruise ship, right? And then they'll have a talk for us at 3 o'clock. That'll be awesome. That's a lot of them.
So Ken and team, it's an absolute pleasure to be able
Around
to
a Zodiac out there, and you guys picked us up. It's like, we look like we had a story to tell, and you're going to get a story. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today?
Awesome.
Go Oosterdam. Yeah, this is more people than we've seen. Well, yeah, for a while. Yeah, since the beginning of the season, and we didn't even see that many people then, since Punta Arenas. But yeah, it's a pleasure for us to be here. I've got some very fine folks with me. I have grown to about 58 countries being involved. And what that treaty did was it set aside Antarctica for peaceful means. and basically set it aside for research. So that means other national programs, other countries are doing the same thing that we're doing there. And it's, like I said, it's one of those things that we want to present to you and show what we're doing, but it's a pretty cool thing that we work with other countries in doing that. And one of the interesting things that we've achieved as a group of nations recently, in 2012, Ross Sea Region Marine Protected Area was made. And that was cooperation between treaty members and others to set aside a large tract of the Ross Sea Marine Protected Area.
The researchers gave 2 talks, and after dropping them off, we headed out of Antarctica through the magnificent New Maya Channel. These are our last views of Antarctica, and I've had the incredible opportunity to spend 4 of the most amazing days of my life in this magnificent place, surrounded by the most magical wildlife on Earth. I will miss Antarctica with all my heart, and I hope to return someday. Goodbye, Antarctica. Goodbye, dear penguins. You have all got my heart. This map shows you our proposed itinerary for the 4 days. Due to the weather, we didn't make it to Paradise Bay. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about solo cruising or about this cruise, please feel free to ask in comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do hit a like and consider subscribing. Thank you so much.